Love you, Linda. Love you.
The courthouse the other day in the hallway, you're singing "Oh Happy Day."
One word prayer. Justice, where are you?
Hey, Justice Serve TV is on the air. Michael Bryant here. Hello, Linda Kenney, Baden.
Just adjusting my screen a little bit so I see well. Hi,
Please
Michael
get
Bryant.
adjusted. Please be
It's been
totally
adjusted. Before, we have a very special guest already waiting in our studio, and
yes, I just noticed. I heard the sound. The doctor is in.
The doctor is in. I just want to mention two quick things. At 6:30 tonight, from members only to the general public, we will be publishing Justice Serve TV The Hunt. That is to find the Epstein witness who has a handle that we haven't been able to locate. We believe that he may have some information that we're interested based on one posting about the Jeffrey Epstein death. Please take a look at it, share far and wide. We do not dox him. If you find any information, you come back to us at justiceservetv@gmail.com. This is we're going to be trusting you here because we all want the same thing. That's a run to justice. And then secondly, I'd just like to mention that we did pre-tape a very important interview with a member, Sherry S., on addiction and recovery. Tomorrow is the last day of National Recovery Month for people that have an addiction, which is a lot of our population in the United States of America. We were all moved to the point that we were almost crying at the end. And we will ask the question that she brought up in another episode, can you forgive? All right. But please, that'll go live tomorrow at 1 p.m. Give Sherry Schreiber and I see she is in our chat. What is due? Yeah. She is wonderful.
Yeah,
and
it was
with
fascinating and frightening and encouraging and inspirational. And as I put in the headline, she just might save your life. So check it out. Check it out. Okay,
and
so
with that, we're no drama-rama here. We are no drama-rama.
That's hard to believe. Hard to believe, but that's the goal, is no drama-rama. So here we have Dr. Aidan Kearney, Dr. Turtleboy. There he is. How you doing, man?
Good, thanks. How are you guys doing? Thanks for
Aidan, thank you. It's just wonderful to see you. I never get to see you live, but I have to tell you, last night I opened my. This is just a little aside, and you'll probably get a cute little, if I can find the image file.
We'll see about that.
Of course. What do you mean we'll see about that? You were trending last night. I thought, nice. I thought I saw this. I got up and I saw this and I said, Aidan's trending. You're like, you're like Madonna. You have one name. I mean, I said Michel.
Right too. Usually it's Turtleboy. Usually I've seen Turtleboy trending, but I mean, it's kind of a popular name. So maybe it's not all about me, but
it wasn't as it turned out. But the description it was actually about the Detroit Lions. It was about Aidan Hutchinson. All right. Yeah, there you go. But you know what the coach said? You know what Dan Campbell said? He said he loves Aidan Hutchinson. He does all the dirty work. He plays with his hair on fire. He is relentless. And I thought, whoa, that is my man, Dr. Turtleboy, relentless. And you're playing like your hair is on fire, but you're not playing. You're doing what everyone else should be doing. And you're getting the love from us and the hate from the state of Massachusetts. And then because our show has a sartorial aspect to it, I just want to point out, look at those lovely sartorial gentlemen. We're calling this runway justice sometimes, a runaway. It's really not runaway, it's runway, because we are fashion here. And I just thought, hey, I got to give you credit when it has nothing to do with crime. There you go.
Well dressed, huh?
Look at those ties.
A nice trio. A nice trio.
Nice trio, nice. And a little Justice Serve TV with that. And so,
luckily I'm not on camera because I was in my underwear, so it was really, that would have been very embarrassing. Hey, while you're let's talk about football for a second here, because some of us have good teams and some of us have the Jets, and so. You remember the Jets. You remember them.
Yeah.
They used to play football.
There they go.
Anyway, as a Rams fan, we should be 4-0. But let me ask you this, Aidan. I know you're a big football fan, and one of my good friends is from Hingham.
Oh.
And what I found is, you may or may not fit this stereotype I'm about to throw at you, but you guys are so spoiled with your winning teams. I remember there was one year where I think you guys won the Stanley Cup, NBA, Super Bowl, and might have been one other that you had like 3 of the 4 major championships.
Maybe the baseball, maybe the Red Sox.
I'd have to check my notes on that, but it was 3 of the 4.
Yeah,
and you guys were pissed because you didn't have the 4th one. So that's my buddy from Hingham. I know that.
Yeah, because we've come close. We've won we've had 13 Duck Bowl parades in the last 20 years, basically. And on top of that, we've also had a lot of close calls. We've lost 3 Super Bowls. We've lost 2 Stanley Cups in 2013 and 2015. We've lost the NBA Finals, I think, twice to the Warriors and to the Lakers. So those are the ones we can't stop thinking about, are the ones that got away. Like, we've had 13 Duck Bowl parades. 20.
Yeah, and I have this. Okay.
Yeah, that's
I
all
do
you got.
I do have an acquittal on a double homicide out of Suffolk County for Aaron Hernandez. All right, so I got to sit next to a football player. Unfortunately, he took his life, but we did get him some justice by getting an acquittal, and that's something we want to see for you, Aidan Kearney.
Well, thank you.
I can't get off football just yet. The one Super Bowl for the Rams I did not go to was the one in which New England thoroughly embarrassed the Rams. Rams had
Which one? It happened twice.
Yes, I know. The Rams had a field goal.
That was the 13-3 game. That was Gronk had the catch. Edelman was MVP. That was the most boring Super Bowl win we've had. I like him. I like my although I appreciated that one. We needed a boring win. All of our wins are like, it's nice to win the Super Bowl, but it's anxiety inducing. It's just a lot of drama, down to the wire, 28-3 comebacks. It's like, can we just have a nice, comfortable win? And the Rams were nice enough to give that to us.
We try to do that. And then I went to Atlanta where we scored, 3 points. Lost that one. And then I was lucky to be at SoFi a couple years ago when we actually had a game that was worth watching. And I enjoyed it.
I don't know if that means you should have Michael on your team or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't take all the blame. I'm sure of that. But anyway, Rams 49ers Thursday, so that'll be fun. That'll be exciting.
Right.
The 49ers are decimated. They have no offense. They got a quarterback and nobody else. Oh, should we move on? I'm sorry.
Yeah, we should move on. No drama rama, because we want to ask Aidan important questions. So chat, be good, because we're not going to pay attention to you if you are bad, because we're talking law here and we're talking important questions. We're talking what Aidan wants to talk about too. But I'm going to turn it over to Michael right now that we're in our sartorial elegance here with our pink and our orange and our blue.
All right, so I'll move past football. Haven't seen you since the Wilbur. That had to be exciting, right? We had some spies that went in and took notes and pictures and had a hell of a time. Give me your take on how it was to be the star of that show.
It's the best night ever, man. I still think about that night. The night was awesome. And I can't wait to do it again. Just walking out on that stage for the first time, man, feeling the vibes of the crowd. It was so freaking cool. And I wish I could do it every night. It was awesome.
Yeah, you must get that.
We'll be there. We felt it was important to send people and pay for people this time. So.
And we did, and they had a hell of a time. Yeah, I can imagine that's rock bands. They get that. You may do a show where you have 10 times the audience, right? But it's just you in your box just talking. You don't get that that immediate feedback and that energy that comes from a live audience. So I'll bet that was amazing.
Yeah, it was awesome. And just seeing the crowd, every time I would scan the crowd, look at the faces, they would just be so happy to be there. And making hand signs. And, it was just the most electric crowd ever. And the night was young. We went to the casino after that and partied the night away. I was up late. It was a great time, man. It's awesome. I wish we could do it every night.
Yeah.
Cool.
And we're gonna hold our super chats, but I have to tell you, there's a bunch of people in the super chats who are wishing you that they just think that they want you to go Turtleboy, and I'll just call it sui generis. I just won't post it later on after you go. We'll post the super chats, but I just want to let you know that that's why they're there chatting, is because they're trying to show their support for you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate my supporters very much.
Let me follow up on something I asked on the courthouse steps there, and starting to rain, so I kind of broke it earlier than I might have otherwise. It was getting a little messy. But we started talking just briefly about what the motivation might be for Norfolk County, for the DA to continue what they're continuing. You had, the attorneys had to be, attorneys and kind of, push that aside. I got almost an answer from you, but we kind of had to move along. When you see the Karen Reed prosecution, not once, but twice, fail so dramatically, and your cases are, they're offshoots of that. What is it? What's the mindset that tells a governmental agency, we're pursuing this, we're going forward? Is it hubris? Is it just stupidity? What is it?
Pride, more than anything. Just men, stubborn men who just have too much pride and can't let it go and don't have it in them to admit they were wrong. It's a thing that a lot of, us men have. We don't like admitting that we're wrong sometimes, right? And I think that's all this comes down to, is they don't want to admit. They couldn't admit that they were wrong with Karen Reed. They certainly can't admit that they're wrong with me. And it would be humiliating for them at this point to decide that, we're not going to pursue these charges anymore. So either they want to go to trial, or we got a couple ways out of this. So we got a motion to dismiss coming up on December 5th, right? Mega motion is going to be argued that day. I don't know what Cosgrove's going to say to that. He'll probably put up some sort of fight. But good luck, Cosgrove. I mean, you got your hands full with that mega motion. He's met his match with, Mark Betterow for sure. But the other way out of this is we are also going to be filing a motion that Robert Cosgrove must be recused from the McAlbert indictments, just as he was with the Lindsay Gattani indictments, because Lindsay Gattani is undeniably a witness in the McAlbert indictments. I mean, she was given a grand jury subpoena, albeit a fake one, unless that's the argument they want to have, to come and testify against me at the grand jury that was investigating witness intimidation in Canton. So it's undeniable that she is a witness in this. Why would Bryant Tully interview her if she wasn't a witness? And if the rationale is that Cosgrove must recuse himself from the 2024 Lindsay Gattani indictments, then he also must recuse himself, because she's a witness. He also must recuse himself from the 2023 McAlbert indictments because she's a witness.
I don't see how they get around. Even Morrissey can't appoint anybody. Cosgrove has to be out. I don't even see if it goes to the AG, because they're going to be representing Karen. They're going to be people in the Karen Reed action.
They've already rejected them. They've already rejected.
They've rejected. Where are they going to go? Where are they going to go? Are they going to have some kind of special prosecutor come in from like the state of New Jersey? Oh, excuse me, that's my state. So I wanted to talk about the state of New Jersey.
I mean, they might have one of the Plevin has some attorneys on his show sometimes, or maybe you'll get one of those guys. Kevin Mahoney or one of them. No, I'm just kidding. You're not going to find anyone.
You're not going to find.
They can't hire somebody. Like, first of all, who's going to want that job? The last guy left because he got sued by one of the witnesses. So you are, if you take this job, you must be on call for Lindsay Gattani 24/7 and her mood swings, which are entirely unpredictable. Ask me how I know that. And if she gets mad at you, she might sue you. So you want to sign up for this job? You want this? Do you want to become you want to be in Ratchet Madness next year? You want to be known as the guy who is declaring war on the First Amendment, fighting this losing battle that cannot possibly be won? That's one thing I took from the Wilbur, when I just looked out there and I'm like, this is why they'll never convict me, ever. They will never convict, not with the jury. If they could try with a judge, but I will always go jury, because a jury of 12. I mean, that's the thing. If they kept this in district court, they'd have a better chance with the jury of 6. I mean, just statistically, it's easier to find 6 than it is to find 12. You will never find 12 that will convict me of this, because I will take the stand. That is a guarantee. I'm not, people are like, oh, you pled the 5th with the Karen Reed case. I pled the 5th because I wanted to stay in the courtroom. Okay. I'm not afraid of Hank Brennan. I would go to war with him any day, but Hank Brennan knew goddamn well he was never going to call me on that stand. It was a dirty trick to keep me out of the courtroom, right? Like, what would have happened if I was on that witness list is I would have missed the entire trial. I couldn't watch it. I couldn't talk about it. I couldn't do shows about it. I would lose my income over it, right? And he knew that, and that he was never going to call me anyway. So, okay, you want to play games there, Spanky? Then we're going to plead the 5th, okay? Because I have the right to do that, right? If you offered me some sort of deal where I can stay in the courtroom and do my show and all this and testify, game on. But they didn't want that. He didn't want that. So we had to do it our way. So anyway, in my case, I will take the stand, and I will, that's what I'm good at, is explaining to people why I'm doing what I'm doing. The grand jury heard a one-sided presentation. This jury will hear the truth. and I will tell them why I was protesting these people, what they did, the evidence that is against them. Here's why this stuff is legal. I could go on and on and on about it. I can't wait. They won't dare do that, though. That's never going to come to that.
I agree.
I agree with you. We all agree with you. And we all knew as lawyers that was a bullshit move that Hank Brennan had. As far as I'm concerned, it's an unethical move. I've seen it done against cases that I've had where they put people on the stand so they can't be there. And then they'll have one exception. They'll want the cop who was the investigator being sitting at counsel table with the government, right? That'll be the exception to it. So I think it's just absolute bullshit. There was no doubt about it. And you did the right thing. And any lawyer in the world would tell you that the Fifth Amendment wasn't because you wanted to take the Fifth. It was because strategically you wanted to cover the case. And for anybody who thinks differently, go fuck yourself. All right.
Yes. Thank you, Linda.
Exactly.
All right, then. My thoughts. I didn't know we could say that on this channel.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
I feel
you don't know me.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
You really don't know me. I've been very
much
nice.
more comfortable now.
Yeah. Look at me. I sit next to people who are accused of shooting people in the head and killing them. All right.
True.
Right? I mean, my ears are not virgin.
Good point.
Neither is my mouth.
Good point.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's stop there. So I will tell you right now, I'll give $1,000 to anybody who wants to take the bet that any of your cases ever goes to trial. They will not go to trial.
Really? You feel
I'll take that. I'll take that bet right now. I won't specify the reason it won't go to trial. Maybe it's to make a motion. Maybe it's failure to prosecute. It ain't going to happen. So make a note. Anybody want
a third option is Morrissey doesn't run for re-election. A new DA comes in and says enough of this. That's also an option. And
no one wants everybody's shit. No one wants to take people's shit.
Right.
In terms of cases, they just don't.
And the way things are going now at this point, it's like we're like 3 or 4 hearings away from election year 2026. We're getting close to November 2026, which is when Morrissey's out. Yeah. We had this hearing on September 24th. The next one's December 5th. That's 2.5 months. So what's the next one going to be? February. And then we'll have another one in April. It'll be November before you realize it. And of course, every week, nothing gets accomplished, right? Every time we go, Cos, I need a couple more weeks, Your Honor, to read this over. And, he's slow as molasses and they take forever to get us discovery. There's always some issue, there's always something new that we got to come over. And they're the reason why, like Lindsay Gattani is going on and Kate Peter are going on Twitter rants right now. And she's putting on a master class on grifting right now with the Substack thing. But she's also saying on there some very interesting things. Right. Even though she doesn't have receipts for any of this stuff, but some of the accusations that she's making, for instance, about Jennifer McCabe, like one of the accusations that she made about Jennifer McCabe is something she told me when I was at her house. She said that on December 12th, she called Kate Peter. So Kate Peter was being arraigned in Stoughton that day for violating an order against Lauren Murray. And that afterwards, she called Kate and Kate was in the car with Jennifer McCabe and she put her on speakerphone, and that Jennifer McCabe told her because Lindsay had to show that she was sorry for being a Karen Reed supporter and somebody who, made out with Turtleboy, who's the most repulsive person in the world. She had to show them that I'm good now. You can trust me. And so Jennifer McCabe told her, according to her, that if she's really sorry, she needs to testify at the grand jury, right? Which some people would call witness intimidation, right? Some people might classify that. So if what she's saying is true, if the allegation, she is making this allegation and she's saying that this is legitimate. So now she's a potential witness for us, is she not? Which in the McAlbert case, because she's a witness to something Jennifer McCabe said, who I'm charged with intimidating, right? And she's telling her, you need to take the stand in the grand jury against this guy, right? So now she has inserted herself into this and finally done something useful for once in her life. And, inadvertently, she's doing this to get revenge on Kate Peter, not to help me, but, I'll take it. I'll take it over. We can get it.
So despite my wager, let me ask you this. Okay. Assuming there was a trial, who would you most like to get on the stand of this cast of ne'er-do-wells?
Me, I want to be on the stand.
Well, yeah, I mean, other than you telling your
Who would
story,
you like to cross-examine?
who do you want to go after?
Oh,
yeah.
You know, that's a great. Give me 1 second to think about.
Okay,
You got a lot of options here.
Elizabeth
Melanie
Proctor.
Little, thank you for being in the chat.
Elizabeth Proctor.
That surprises me a little bit. Okay, why?
Yeah.
Because I'm charged with intimidating her because I put her workplace information on my website and urge people to give her workplace negative reviews because she had been calling all of these other workplaces of people who made negative comments on Facebook about her husband and tried to get them fired. And I can't wait to get her in front of a jury and have her explain why it's witness intimidation when it happens to you, but to everyone else, it's not. And then to have her defend her scumbag husband, right? And the disgusting, heinous things that he said and did in his investigation. And we'd have a field day with Elizabeth Proctor. She's the fact that she's even in that, so she's a victim. She's not. She's the wife of a cop. How is she? What is she a witness to? She makes the cookies at home. Okay, you're not a witness to anything. You weren't at 34 Fairview Road. You don't even know any of these people, right? Your husband doesn't know any of these people. Right. And so somehow what is she a witness to? I mean, this is absurd. Get him. Oh, and Chris Albert. We got to get Chris Albert on the stand. We got to play the CF McCarthy's tape about the tape of him telling me that he's going to smash my face up and down the sidewalk. Did you feel intimidated, Chris, when you said that? You know, we got to talk about that. We got to get Colin Albert on the stand and talk about why you dropped out of Bridgewater State because you're so scared of Turtleboy, and then play the Bang Bang video, right? Or be like, can we see your report card, young man? Because I don't think that you dropped out of school because you're scared of Turtleboy. I think you can't read. Okay, I've heard your poetry. So I don't really think you can't read very well there, Colin Albert. So we'd like to just grill these people. Oh, big bad Bryant Albert, put him up on the stand. So, sir, you're a Marine, right? Yeah. Okay. So you're a decorated dude, aren't you? Oh yeah. How tall are you? Oh, 6'2". What does you weigh? About 260. You ever been in any fights before? Yep. Trained fighter. But you're scared of Turtleboy, huh? This guy he scares you? Are you gonna admit that he scares you? Does he make you cry? You're losing a lot of sleep over this guy over here. What about him is so scary? Tell me what's so scary about Turtleboy. I want to humiliate these people and have them testify on TV that they're scared of me. And I want the jury to laugh at that. The ones that can't, won't look as ridiculous when they say that, of course, are Jennifer McCabe and Elizabeth Proctor because they're women, right? Mm-hmm. But with Jennifer McCabe, it's like, we do Karen Reed all over again. Talk about, you lie a lot, right? Yeah. Okay. So when FBI agents question you about, who you are, have you ever said that you're your sister before? Oh yeah, but nope. Yes or no question, ma'am. Not really interested in your fake reasoning with this. Like, tell us, please. So we'll see.
Yeah. Oh, this sounds great. What's the thing with New Jersey? I'm only intrigued because my main practice is in New Jersey. What's that thing with New Jersey?
So some woman down there, Donna Bispel, I think her name is, or Salvato, she was like on all trial long was on the various Facebook groups selling her cheap t-shirts and saying that she was giving a percentage of sales to Karen Reed. Half, I think she said. It changed all the time, but I think she said half. And so she started selling merch with my likeness on it, and said that she was giving half her proceeds to me. Well, I didn't get anything from her. I never talked to her. She never asked me for this, right? Never sent me any money. And she didn't even send Karen money till after the trial, $300. But I'm like, where she was moving so much merch. And so I contact her about this because this is my bread and butter, is exposing scammers. Like prior to Karen Reed, I expose scammers all the time, grifters as we call them. And so she's like, refusing to answer my questions and calling it harassment when I'm like asking her. I'm like, if you don't answer, you don't have to answer. Okay. But you claim that you have receipts for this. Can I see them, please? And because if not, I have to write about this and warn people that you are not, in fact, donating the money that you claim is going there. And so she, oh, get out of here. I'm going to the police. Okay. So I wrote about her. And she evidently, as is my right, you're allowed to write about people and expose
First
people
Amendment right.
Right. even if it makes them uncomfortable or they're embarrassed by it, you're allowed to do that. And so she went down to her local police department and attempted to file a criminal complaint against me. They did not, because there's obviously no probable cause there, but they allow citizens to file their own criminal complaints, which usually don't go anywhere.
Because the cops don't want to be involved in bullshit.
Yeah. So the prosecutor
they make you feel better.
Yeah. So the prosecutor in Passaic County has not charged me with anything, but she also applied for a whatever the New Jersey version of a harassment prevention order.
Yeah, restraining order. Yeah.
Right. Non-family, obviously. So this has happened to me before. They go in front of a judge, ex parte, and you tell your story. And we don't know what she said. We haven't heard the transcript, anything. She got a temporary order on me. And now a two-party hearing has to be set up where we we share our side. And this has happened.
Can't wait.
Krusty Panties has gotten a temporary. So many people have gotten temporary orders on me by going in there and telling tall tales about like scary. Yeah, let's do it. But the problem is, Linda, it's like, I got to go to New Jersey on a Friday. Like this,
you're gonna love New Jersey. You're gonna love it.
Patterson's beautiful, right? Oh yeah, Patterson.
Man, that is a garden spot.
I spent many a day trying a case in Patterson. You got some good judges in there, and the fact that the cops wouldn't take this, you would understand. You know about the Patterson Police Department. They wouldn't take this. Yeah, this bullshit.
Well, they framed Reuben Carter though, didn't they?
Well, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
But it is
but
it is the Patterson Police Department.
But
and John Artis. Don't forget John Artis too. They framed him too.
Well, they didn't make a movie about him though, did they?
No, they didn't make a movie
okay.
About
All right. So or Bob Dylan didn't make a song about him, whatever.
Right, exactly.
Anyway, like it's just the hassle. I know what the outcome's gonna be. We're not gonna obviously it's not gonna get an order. But it's like the fact that I have to give up a day of my life to deal with this. And it's just these judges need to stop handing out these ex parte orders. So we're trying to get it virtual. And because obviously, I mean, that would be a huge burden to have to drive to New Jersey. I'd have to go down the night before.
You have to go down the night before.
Bob
Bianchi and I will show you around if that has to happen. Bob Bianchi was the prosecutor in Morris County, which is right near Passaic.
Oh, that's where my mother's from. She was from Morris County.
Morris County, yeah. He was like the guy. I mean, the head. He wasn't just like an assistant or a ne'er-do-well. He was the guy. Bob's always on a show, and we should talk to Bob about that, Michael. See what he thinks about that.
Get up to speed on that.
Get up to speed on it. Yeah.
This leads me to a bigger question, a big Aidan Kearney question. This stuff is stressful. All of this is stressful.
Yeah.
How are you doing? I mean, you always seem to have energy. Your shows are great. You have a lot of, folks that feed off of that energy, but you got to be stressed out of your mind.
I am. I always get it together for the YouTube presentations, and it always makes me feel better. Like I've been stressed out last 48 hours, no doubt about it. Over the weekend, that was an unnecessarily stressful weekend because some people like to divide others and are troublemakers and whatever.
They want the drama. That's why we labeled. That's why we labeled this no drama rama here.
Right.
We're not doing drama. We're not getting into that. No drama rama here. And quite frankly, if anyone wants to talk about drama, why don't we talk about the pizza joint who's got cameras out there that apparently tape people and their conversations there. That's the real drama. That's the real case. Don't lose focus, everybody.
Yeah, I don't care. Anybody who wants to bring up any issues that they have with me, drama wise or whatever, right? It's just like they can go after themselves. That's all I got to say about them, because you are like the body of work that I've done for this movement. Okay. And what I've sacrificed, and to be clear, none of this happens if I don't take up this case. Period. None of these people know about it. There's no free camera movie. It's empty. The trial's empty. It's not on TV, probably. Right. None of this happens. So if you want to talk about your goddamn drama, and while ignoring that, you can go fuck yourself. I fucking hate you. I want nothing to do with you, and you don't give a shit about justice. Get out of my face.
There's a philosopher who says the only way to express things is a word. Only the word fuck expresses things sometimes. So everybody, we are as we said, we allow everyone here. Somebody said there's a motion that was filed today on your case to unredact or unimpound
That's
things.
Right.
What's going on with that?
Let me see if we have it. I'm
sorry, we were a little late. So we were taping the addiction show, so we didn't get to pulling it out.
Let's see. So it's a redacted supplemental affidavit of another one. I don't know if I have a copy of it, if it was sent to me or not. Let's see. Oh, I do. Supplemental affidavit. Okay. Let's see. Unredacted. No, we don't want the unredacted one.
No, you don't want the unredacted.
I the supplemental affidavit. Is this one redacted? Yeah, this one's redacted. I suppose I could share my screen.
Sure.
If I'm able to do that. This is I just want to make sure 100%.
Yeah, please.
Make sure that's the redacted one though before you do it.
Okay.
Just because
I
have that in federal court with the case.
Let me just make sure. Let me just go to mass courts and grab it real quick to make sure, because I'm sure the mass courts one will have the redacted version. I'm looking at a redacted version, but I don't want to make sure it's like not a draft.
Yep.
Right.
Or the final one. I just want to make sure we get the exact right one. Give me 1 sec. Okay.
No problem.
All right.
No problem.
So while you're doing that, I'm the countdown for the prosecution to come up with an attorney. I think is like 25 days.
25 days.
Right.
Yep.
25 days left.
That's what they got.
I can't wait to see how they dance around that. That's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very helpful in the big picture to see how far they go.
I know we don't usually do super chats, but I have to share this one. I'm sorry. I hope this is important because
Griff must continue.
I think no. This is sui generis. She's a big supporter of yours. Thanks for having Turtleboy on your show. He's the real deal, a fearless investigative journalist. He deserves the Pulitzer Prize for this category case. He says he doesn't care. He should. It's the highest one can receive, and I would put that up no matter what. I just think that's a wonderful thing, and I think that she's absolutely right.
That is very, very sweet. I really graciously appreciate that. So thank you. Okay, I have the I can share it here. Do I have the share option on my end? Yep, there it is. All right. Not sure if that shows up. There it is.
Beautiful.
There you go. Beautiful. Okay. Gorgeous.
So this is a supplemental affidavit in support of motion. Okay, blah, blah, blah. On February 22nd, Attorney Novak, one of 3 special prosecutors assigned to the 2024 indictments against Aidan Kearney, examined John Fanning before the grand jury on alleged illegal recording of Lindsay Gattani. The evidence against Mr. Kearney consisted of 2 contrasting audio recordings, an approximately 15-minute recording that Mr. Kearney posted on YouTube, which included language indicating that the conversation was being recorded, and a 30-second clip from the same conversation, which didn't contain that language. So this is like, you guys might have seen it on it's on my YouTube channel. I uploaded it before I went to jail. Right. And ironically, I got indicted for it somehow during the 60 days when I was in there, and I didn't know why. And now we know. So what is this? We have a footnote here. So what is this? 2024 indictments. The good stuff's always in the footnotes. The 2024 indictments are in a state of flux. The DA's office recused itself at a great public expense, engaged 3 special prosecutors to handle this matter. All 3 have been disqualified, sought to withdraw, or been conflicted off the case. Mello was disqualified after he made himself a witness. Novak was relieved 1 day after the defense filed motions detailing Mr. Mello's egregious misconduct. 1 week later, Mr. Cosgrove sought to be relieved after alleged victim Lindsay Gattani sued him. The state police detective Lieutenant Tully Gattani also notified Morrissey of her intent to sue the DA in connection with her allegations that Cosgrove against Cosgrove and Tully. In light of these virtually unprecedented circumstances, the defense intends to file motions to disqualify the DA from assigning any more special prosecutors to the 2024 case because of its irreconcilable conflict now with Ms. Gattani. Mr. Cosgrove from the instant indictments because of his irreconcilable conflict with Ms. Gattani, and because the defense will likely seek his testimony to impeach Tully's statements of him regarding his review of materials sent to him by Catherine Peter. What a mess. The Cosgrove from an ongoing investigation of Kearney and so basically they're all conflicted out of everything. They just created this huge mess for themselves. It's great.
Yeah. So what do they think they want to get? They want to get something from you that says we'll dismiss it and you want to bring a civil suit. Do you think that's what they're going to do? Is that what they're going to try to do? Or else they'll continue hoping they get a conviction?
I don't think they'll do that. I can't imagine them agreeing to ever dismiss this ever. Can you? Not with this DA in office. I don't know.
No, he's going. He's after you. I mean, there's no doubt.
Well,
and
in 25 days, we'll have a very good indication, I think, because if they pull somebody out of their ass to be the prosecutor in that first case, that'll tell us something.
Yeah.
What do you think about Spanky? You think he'd ever come back and do something like this?
Yeah, or he wishes. No, he's definitely conflicted out.
Yeah.
They definitely cannot bring him back.
Yeah.
So anyway, the evidence against Kearney consisted of two contrasting audio record. Oh, we read that. Lieutenant Fanning explained that Miss Peter provided the 30-second audio clip of the 15-minute recording directly to Detective Lieutenant Tully. All right, so she gave it to him. Although Kearney's recording was approximately 15 minutes long, the only incriminating evidence presented to the grand jury was contained exclusively within the 30-second clip that Miss Peter sent Detective Lieutenant Tully. Fanning described Miss Peter as someone who has, quote, software that captures things that Mr. Kearney posts when she sends them to the state police. The due diligence performed by the Commonwealth to determine the authenticity of the 30-second clip by Miss Peter consisted of Miss Catani's singular claim that Miss Peter's clip was accurate. So they're just blindly trusting that this 30-second clip from Kate Peter is as it seems. She didn't mess with it, nothing. Lieutenant Fanning confirmed that the edited clip that she sent Tully was, quote, not the first clip that we've been sent where someone captures something that was on the internet and then removed. But do you remember what Cosgrove said about when Tully receives files from Kate Peter? Remember what he said in court about this?
I don't. Was he said he couldn't open them? He didn't know how to do it, or what?
No, he said Tully's said that he doesn't click on them.
Oh,
he has a policy of
something.
asking where can I find this on my own on the internet, right? But this suggests, Fanning testifies now that he was sent a 15-second clip that they used in front of the grand jury, right? Because the one on the internet is still on there. They didn't use that one. They used the one Kate sent them, which is not on the internet. So immediately Fanning has contradicted or shown that Tully is a liar, that he does use clips, right? We got him. Mm-hmm. Fanning got him, right? So he goes, according to Fanning, Miss Peter captured other things in the past that she, quote, sent to us that we can't find or document. When asked by a grand juror if Miss Peter worked for the state police or something, Lieutenant Fanning responded no, while acknowledging, but she's provided information.
Right. And did they pay her out of any type of snitch fund?
I don't care about that. It's like, I honestly think that's a distraction about like the money. First of all, you can't prove it. Okay. And secondly, she's doing this for fucking fun. Okay. She's doing this because she hates me, which is a much less reason to take her seriously. Her obsession with me. Like if she was being paid to be different, it's like, I like it more when she's not paid. I don't like how people always bring up that
the motivation's more evil.
It is. And it just shows she's biased. Right. And like, whereas like anybody get paid to, Cosgrove's getting paid to prosecute me, right? Tully's getting paid to do this. Like Krusty's doing this for the love of hatred of me. Like that's a much more powerful and dangerous thing, right?
Fine line between love and hate,
Right. So it goes on December 28th, 2023. I'm in jail. Almost 2 months prior to Fanning's testimony, sworn claim that Miss Peter provided the 30-second clip to D.L. Tully. Miss Peter emailed Mr. Mello and D.L. Tully, subject line blank, referencing their joint conversation from the previous day. So like with these goddamn redactions, because of the impoundment order, we can't go over everything, right? But we can use context clues from this, right? So we hear December 28th, 2 months prior to Fanning's sworn claim that she provided a 30-second clip. Peter emails Mello and Tully, subject line blank, referencing their joint conversation from the previous day. So what do you think that means? Because I'm not even looking at the unredacted version. Your guess is as good as mine. I mean, it's got to be something about a clip, right? I mean, why else would you mention
or the edited version of it or something?
Yeah, who knows?
And it's
right?
in quotes, whatever the line was. It looks like it's only a couple of words.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Very small letters. Sounds like.
Yeah. So Miss Peter sent Mr. Mello and DL Tully, and then there's a full sentence there. She opined that blank. So she is offering her input about what her evaluation is, right, of whatever she's sending. I think we can all glean that. So it's like, why is your input, your opinion on this? Why does that matter? Who are you? Yeah. Like, you're just somebody obsessed with Turtleboy. You're not a cop. Like, what do you know? You know?
Why do they care?
Right. Miss Peter attached a blank, which on information and belief included the 30-second clip Mr. Novak introduced to the grand jury through Lieutenant Fanning on. So the 30-second clips of video, she attached a blank, which included that. So we could probably figure out what that is. Yeah. So that's on that email. Miss Peter assured Mello and Tully that she would continue to what? What do you think?
Work on things, gather information, something.
Help them.
Yeah.
I mean, help them. And they're right. Yeah. She's going to continue to keep her eyes and her ears open and transmit anything that she finds to them.
I can't confirm or deny.
Yeah, but you can't confirm or deny. But you're in jail at this away from your kids over Christmas time. That's right.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So they're having these wonderful conversations about what they're going to do to you beforehand, and then knowing that they have put you away, taken you away for your children, all right, and that you're simply no danger to them, and they're having a pas de trois, or shall we say well, we won't go there because that could be sexual.
Yeah, that's okay. Anyway, so Miss Peters' December 28th email to Mello and Tully included blank related to the alleged wiretap violations. So something in there related to wiretaps are on that email. So on January 3rd at 10:44, Miss Peter emailed Mello that she, quote, blank and blank. So she's telling Mello a few days later, after sending this other clip, the 30-second clip, blank. Oh, I wish this wasn't redacted. On January 3rd at 11:08, Miss Peter emailed Mr. Mello blank of what she alleged was proof that Mr. Kearney illegally wiretapped Miss Gattani. So he says
transcript or her transcript, her whatever.
Well, he says Miss Peter emails, so she emails it, and so she's deciding what is proof, right?
Right, she's deciding what's proof,
right. On January 3rd, 2024, Miss Peter emailed Miss Tully and Mello a blank, quote blank, which she described as the blank. She then asked Mello and Tully if they would like her to blank, quote, to where Mr. Kearney posted the alleged wiretap calls. She noted blank, and unfortunately, this is a harder one to put together. There, but
right.
Why are you talking so much? That's like, why is she doing this? On January 3rd at 11:50, Mr. Mello acknowledged receipt of this evidence, emailing Miss Peter blank. Oh,
thank you.
Wish you could read that. I can't confirm or deny what that is. On January 3rd. Miss Peter emailed him and Tully the subject line blank with a blank, quote, blank. Miss Peter stated that the blank was from a blank, which she attached in a blank. On January 3rd at 7:57, Mello emailed a copy of blank to Tully and stated blank. So whatever he got from Krusty, Mello is sending to Tully and saying something. Okay, but what we can glean from this,
he
is the source of all of this shit.
Yeah, right? and they are elevating whatever that information is to this level of top secret agent or something.
Yes. Right, right.
Yeah, they're not telling her you're not a detective.
Yes, and they're not telling her to stop.
That. Yeah, and and all of a sudden I have charges. Okay.
Yeah.
On information and belief, the above described facts and evidence established that the 30-second clip provided by Miss Peter was not publicly available on the internet at the time that Tully reviewed it. On information and belief, the only way Tully could have reviewed the 30-second edited clip was by viewing it through the link Miss Peter provided him. But remember, he doesn't click on links.
He doesn't click on links, right?
According to Cosgrove's own testimony, he doesn't click on links, right? So was he lying, or is she lying? In addition to providing further proof that Miss Peter supplied edited evidence to the Commonwealth while acting as its key source during the grand jury investigations in Mr. Kearney, the above described evidence provides further reason to doubt the truthfulness of Tully's claims to Cosgrove that he never accessed private links sent to him by Miss Peter. Got him. Like that's done. They're liars, right? The above described attachments, links, and evidence Miss Peter provided to Mello and or Tully all have been in the Commonwealth's actual possession, custody, and control, and have not been provided to the defense. We have not gotten that 30-second clip. We have not gotten it. We don't even know what that is to this day.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
How many months? It's been a year and at least a half, almost a year and 8 months since this, at a minimum.
When the time comes to turn it over, do you think they still have it? I'm asking you, do you think they still have it?
Good question.
Well, good luck proving a negative if they just say they don't. Good luck.
This is all with the Gattani indictment anyway, which is going to be bombed out anyway. This one's not even going to exist in 25 days, unless they have a miracle prosecutor that steps in, but I don't think that's going to happen. At a minimum, the factual allegations included in the affidavit present additional material, questions of fact that the court must resolve at an evidentiary hearing before ruling on the pending defense motions. So we need an evidentiary hearing to get to the bottom of this,
Okay. So in your experience, do you think that's going to happen before December 5th?
The evidentiary hearing?
Yeah.
No, he would have to order one on. That's a good question, because he does say in there, right, that
he says before the motion to dismiss, and that's the 5th of December. So there have to be some sort of.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, there's plenty of time to notice it. Plenty of time under the code to notice it.
Yeah, I would love nothing more than evidentiary hearing. We never got one of those in the Reed trials, but man, would I like to get some of these people on the stand before a trial and just get some. Imagine that. Imagine the theater of that. Imagine how much content you guys would get out of that.
Content will be there.
Tully, Kate Peter, Lindsay Gattani,
I have to buy
Mello
up there
with boobs in his noses.
But he did
say
did say you're entitled to a hearing. He did say that.
We are.
Yeah, and you are.
Especially with this. So I like our chances.
Because then what is he going to say? Oh, then Cosgrove was going to say, well, we need a further adjournment because we still don't have anybody. We can't have a hearing until we have somebody. So we're going to need a further adjournment because there's got to be a hearing. Maybe that should be the 5th. And then all of a sudden, when they go to get that clip, that 15-second clip, somehow it is going to have been corrupted.
Mm-hmm. Somehow.
Wouldn't that be?
Yeah,
somehow.
Wouldn't
it was corrupted before it was a 15-second
Nothing but
clip.
shenanigans. Nothing.
Nothing would surprise us with this. Did you have any protections orders against these people, or no? They were just going after you.
Do I have?
Did you have any beforehand?
Restraining orders?
Yeah, restraining orders or no?
I have one on Krusty because she's just a psychopath who has shown up in my house and has threatened to come to my kids' cheerleading events and all sorts of stuff, and just is very sick. And has threatened to physically assault me. And she's just, I don't know what to say. She's absolutely deranged. And so, she's the only person I have an order on.
And worried about your kids. And how, just let me ask you, how's your dad doing?
He's doing great. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We had a nice week. We had a wedding this weekend, so it was fun.
That's right. You had your brother's wedding.
My youngest brother's wedding. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Last one to get married. Yeah.
Nice. How many brothers do you have?
I have 3 brothers, 3 sisters.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. The oldest is 7. Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah. Your mom in heaven was probably looking down on you. And smiling. I mean, I don't
get her hands full, that's for sure.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Wow. Okay. What else haven't we asked you that you want to tell us about?
Your forum, I could talk.
We like to give people a voice. I know you have your own voice on your own show, but there's some people that may not watch the show, and we always love to give you a voice. What? I know. That's what we always say.
I am concerned about something I saw on your show, Aidan. You were talking about, you were showing one of the LG videos, and I don't know if it was a X or something else, but you're showing it and critiquing her appearance. They were obvious notes you were making about her and suggesting that she doesn't look as good as she did when you had your interaction with her.
Right.
And so I, of course, look at this and just think of myself. If my connection with you, as tenuous as it is, were to disconnect, that's going to reflect badly on my appearance as well.
Yeah, I make everybody more attractive.
So so that may justify some sort of stalking. I don't know.
Turtleboy derangement syndrome is not good for your mental health or your physical health. You become less attractive. It's a phenomenon.
All right. Okay. Just thought I'd get that out there. All right.
Well, we're going to keep covering this. I know we promised you half an hour, and you've been so gracious to give us almost an hour.
Yeah, I wasn't under oth when I said that, Aidan. I was not under oath.
Oh, I didn't know you guys. I
good. I mean, I never said it then.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll let you go. We know you got things happening. You got your normal show tomorrow, right?
Yep, my presentation is at 9 o'clock because Sox are on at 4 tomorrow. So
that's good timing.
Playoffs, Sox Yankees tomorrow. Yeah. So
well, because I hate the Yankees, go Sox, and because my friend's from there. So
Wait! Don't hate my Yankees. I mean, I love DiMaggio. I used to live next to Emily DiMaggio.
Roman Anthony's not back yet. I thought he'd be back for the playoffs.
Yeah, he's hurt. He's talent. He's solid.
Yeah, he's something special. He's going to be great. But we'll see.
And so we have a lot of comments to get through. We said we weren't going to do that while Aidan was on because we're not going to take his time because he's got other things to do. But we'll all express. I expressed to you the major ones. Aidan, we're with you. First Amendment. This is bullshit. And
we've been known to fight for it, so we're with you, brother.
Yeah. Second day up, and there we are in a lawsuit already when we were up there. Day two.
And that's still being resolved. We're still at battle with the Massachusetts State Police. We'll figure that out. Yeah. Aidan, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thanks for
as always. Take care, man. All righty then. So
we got a lot to go through.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it because I got as much as I like the Rams. I'm a hammer tonight. I got softball tonight. Hammer.
Okay, all right. Real quickly, you have some thank you from Alyssa Lee.
Oh yes, thank you for mentioning that because I always forget.
First, and then we got to go through. I'll go through the comments, and then
I always forget. Yeah, these are from Venmo. Where did it go? Come on, come back to me. There you are. Allison, $75. Thank you so much. Anne, $5. Thank you so much. Brian Goodman, $10. Thank you so much. And Christine, I won't even try the last name. $30. Thank you guys.
And Sui Generous, we put that up. Thank you again. Remember the hunt, by the way, to find that Epstein witness is already out there. It's out of members only for you.
That's been launched. Okay,
it's been launched. It launches 6:30.
Yeah, we need
if all's gone well.
Thank you, Sui Generous. Thank you so much,
Michael. You provided the best coverage.
Well, the secret was being the only one there. That way, it's much easier to be the best. But thank you, Sue. Appreciate that.
And Sui Generous, again, I appreciate the time, experience, commentary, hard work. And thanks for covering this case, thoughtful reporting, expertise, and extra. Go Turtleboy. Thank you, Sui Generous. You've been so generous tonight. Thank you very much. The Glare. Hi, Will. I think you were in, you were out. I showed you before they will never get him to prosecute this case now. Well, you don't really want to be sued. You got to be like really an idiot.
So, Will, does that mean you won't take my $1,000 bet? Is that what you're saying? You won't take that? All right.
We can't promote gambling on YouTube.
Oh, no, never.
Never. Aidan's Defense Fund. We're just posting that just so you see Aidan's Defense Fund. Okay.
Joey Kane came and went just like that.
Whoa, Joey Kane. No, he gifted 2 Justice League memberships, and there were 2 of them, and so they get randomly assigned. People have already gotten them. If you are a subscriber, which means you have to subscribe, like, share, and notify.
Hey, I will, Joey. I didn't mention this the other day when you dropped by with your lovely gift there in Dedham, but there were 3 of those little pastries in there. I shared them with nobody. I had one on the way to court as I walked down the sidewalk. I had one heading from Dedham over to Chicopee for the Kelsey Fitzsimmons incarceration. And then I had the final one going home. So thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
That was great. Kyle Sharkey, you just got Aidan to read the motions. So there you go, Kyle. Thank you very much for that. Janet Reed, gift of one Justice Served TV membership. Thank you.
Thank you, Janet
Remember,
Reed.
you have to be a member, and members will get a new case next week. Who killed Stephanie? We'll give you the name next week when we put that up on
A lot of homework, but we think you
we
guys
have a
are
lot
up
of
for
homework. Donnie Not Wahlberg, gift of one Justice Served TV membership. Thank you, Donnie. Okay, Luna's mom, a free Turtleboy member for 5 months. Woo! Thanks for your input. Thanks for watching all the videos. We really appreciate it. And Nancy, member for 6 months. We love you. Aidan, he's going to get all these because you know that he's still paying. You know, he was watching as they were coming through. By the way, just so you know, Ferry Raven, new member. Thank you, Ferry. Again, we just pulled the hunt for the Epstein, what we think is a witness, possible witness. That person may not be a witness, but may know people who are witnesses out into our regular. You know, everyone, our subscribers, everyone can see, but we'll have more specific membership for the hunt. And then this is a way to promote Attorney Melanie Little.
Hello.
Will be on tomorrow night.
Yeah. This is the biggest little interview. You see what I did there? The biggest little interview.
We posted that, the biggest little interview. Yes. And let's see. Excuse me, my eyes are a little screwy today. Glama Sue's, nothing like an attorney who calls it as it is. Member for 3 months. I think that was my FU comment, but that's you know, if we get pulled off, it's because they'll consider you gambling. They'll consider me.
You're the riverboat gambler.
Yeah. Susan, is it Nealak?
I'm going to give it
Neodek. Okay,
yeah.
new member. Thank you very much, Carl Sharkey. Again, we did chat about that. We actually had Aidan chatted about it. Chris, a limited edition member for 1 month. I stand with Aidan. Love you, LKB and MB. Thank you very much. We love all of you back. We do this for you. Again, we're showing you follow his YouTube channel. That's Aidan Kearney's YouTube channel. I've got the clicker tonight, so that's why I'm doing this. Carla Marie, member for 3 months. We love you, Aidan. Keep your head up above this. You got this. I know he's seen all these, by the way, even though we said Aidan doesn't like when you post super chats. You saw that even when we wanted to post the one that showed that we were so supportive of him. Member for 1 month. We love you, Turtleboy. Thank you, Lyndon Michael. Yes, thank you very much. As he said, no drama rama here. We were just talking about the cases. Carla Maria gifted one Justice Served TV membership. Thank you. I'm sure the person who's gotten it already loves it. Yeah, it's already loves it. Meatball Marcy Skitty Stain. Thank you for that donation. We appreciate this. Remember when KCG continued arguing but was already conflicted out? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Love it. That's a great comment.
Like Mad Libs. I love Mad Libs.
Like Mad Libs. Bees on Mars. This is Bees on the Mars. This is like Mad Libs.
I think the redactions on the motion. You just go in and put in whatever words you want.
I know. That'd be fun. I think I was going to suggest that we could do that.
That's not a bad idea.
As a fun night. Let's and then we could all, if we like run out this week of our guests that are going to say we can have that.
Run out of stuff to do. I like that idea. I just twisted enough to like that. Okay.
Yeah, Glama Sue's Aidan didn't have the HBO against Krusty when she was doing all this. He answered that. Yeah, he did, but I guess it was just a small one. Will DeGlara, they lied to the grand jury. There's
no doubt about it. Now there's more support for even more lies, not just lying about the titles to the different clips.
Right. Aidan's Defense Fund, because we all see that how the government can get you. Tomorrow night, Melanie Little. Yes, Melanie Little will be on tomorrow night. And as I said, this was no drama rama. So if you wanted a show that wanted to create drama, go create it in another location. This is the law. We do law, and we do it with a little bit of fashion. Somebody asked to see my nails. By the way, let me get
those for the Jets.
They're still for the Jets. They're going to be changed Thursday.
His nails might be broken by the end of the night or chewed off.
And this was my grandmother's. This was my grandmother's.
Is that a cameo?
Cameo ring. Yeah. Yes, I have an earring and a pen, but this is from my grandmother.
Before I forget, sorry, Grandma. Before I forget, Karma Dharma. Right? Or was it Dharma Karma?
Right, Karma Dharma, right.
She had the Chickapee answer from the Where in the World is Justice last week, and we still need your address. So justiceservedtv@gmail.com. Otherwise, I cannot send you this. So
yes,
this, but one line.
Send us
Yes.
Send us that. And again, all of you go to the hunt. Try to give us some clues. Again, to us only. This is not to dox anybody, to find anybody. And this may not even be a witness. Maybe somebody who has knowledge of somebody, or maybe somebody who's just like, bullshitting. We simply don't know.
Yeah, you'll see when you watch it. You'll see what we're talking about. There's a specific
Jennifer
reach out.
27 new member. Yes, thank you very much for becoming a member. Again,
yes.
You'll get more episodes of the hunt before they go out to the general public. If we can try to do this, keep this on a regular schedule. And of course, Michael Bryant is always posting pictures of Domino, and also maybe he'll post some pictures of his softball game tonight, because he is wearing the T-shirt of. Where's your T-shirt again?
Oh,
where's your T-shirt again?
With the hammers. There's
hammers.
The H of their hammers. For the hammers.
Yeah,
I wish we were hammering more than that.
Maybe you should. Maybe you should do some photographs tonight.
I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, that'd be a great.
Most of my team's in the witness protection program, but let me see what I can do.
Well, just take them from. Is there a way to
They're
take
on
them
parole?
From the shoes down? I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Get a bunch of headless T-shirt shots. Okay.
All right. So again, tomorrow night, Melanie Little, we're working on some other special guests for Thursday and Friday that hopefully we'll be announcing soon. Tomorrow at 1:00, we're premiering the addiction recovery episode, Addiction Getting Out Alive. And we had very special guests who was in our chat, Sherry Schreiber. You won't want to miss it. Let me tell you, our 50 minutes of talking about it went by so fast, and it led to afterwards our other discussion about another show we want to do, which is based on the Erica Kirk forgiveness, the shooting of her husband. Can you forgive a murderer or a rapist? Can you forgive if that happened?
I think that's going to be very divisive, that show, when we get that.
Yeah, and but if she can forgive, remember the state of Utah had a hearing today. It didn't go very far because
they just decided they're not waiving a prelim, so they're going to have a prelim.
They're not waiving a prelim, and they say now, and maybe that's to buy time or whatever as to whether or not, because the only hope that he's got, the death penalty, in my opinion,
he's going to get firing squad.
Is the forgiveness issue. If the people from Koberger can forgive, that maybe everybody can forgive. So I mean, it's going to be a busy time, but that's up in the works. If you want to participate in that show, be one of our guests who has a family member murdered and somebody in jail, can you forgive? Can you forgive? Okay. And we'll be working on that. But please send it to justiceservetv@gmail.com, and then Missy Mayhem will be in touch with you.
All right then. Okay. Play ball. Good luck to the Jets. Who are they playing tonight? I forgot.
The Miami Dolphins. They're both 0-3.
Yeah. Okay. Well, somebody won't be 0 and something after tonight. So
that's for sure.
Well, wait, they could play to a tie. Like last night's crazy game.
Last night, yeah.
Right. Okay, you never know. All
right,
then.
Have a great evening. Justice Serve TV. Thank you all for watching.
Try to do the right thing.
It's